Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Hit 'em with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Could be one sitting in the pocket. I like to dip and dunk, but I rock it. Money, money, money is a topic. Win, win, win. It's the only option.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and we are back with another live Tuesday morning edition of Wake Your Game Up. Yeah.
Top of the morning, fellas.
What up? What up?
How y'all doing, my good brothers?
Doing
Anything
good.
good?
Awesome. We know it's traveling day for Bogey.
I'm going back home. It's funny because Spencer hit me last night. You know, he was just trotting along in the city. He's like, I'm in the Bay. I'm like, right. Fucking badass.
Fella.
I was like, how's the weather? He's like, man, this is awesome. I'm like, right? I miss home. You know what I mean? It's just not all nasty and hot, all crazy.
Oh,
just, I got a light jacket on. I'm like, right? I'm packing a jacket for tomorrow too. It's Frisco, man. You know? But yeah, man, shout out to Spencer
Right
Guru.
off the water.
You know what I mean? We're gonna tear down this Giants game tonight. You know what I mean? We
I
got
haven't
a
seen
savage
anything.
cast.
Devers is making his audition tonight. I haven't seen anything just yet.
Yeah, I think he might make his debut with us.
We shall see.
Yeah, so I was asking
Unless
Steve
he's going to make it against Boston tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm a
Thursday.
baseball dummy. So I asked him, I said, what's, let me know about this player. He's like, oh, he's good, bro. He's like, put it like this. He's like, in fantasy, he's a second rounder. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, he's a first
wow.
rounder. He's a late first. Devers,
He might
a
have went
late
in
first.
in this one you guys did. I think that's what he meant, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get. I told Steamboat, I said, you might want to invest in his jersey. He's going to be there 10 plus years. He goes, yep, that's something I'm probably going to do.
We just fucking, he has an existing contract, right? Like with 7 years on it.
He's got 10 years at least stuck on that bad boy, yeah.
Damn, baseball's dope.
Let's get it.
So what do you think? First base over there?
No, he said he's willing to play first base. He fucked Boston over and said, "Hey, I'll
Well, they
play
really
anywhere.
can't. Nobody
as long as I
plays
win."
third right now. They got Chapman injured in their back.
Yeah, I think he's
I
gonna
think we're gonna
play
make him play third base, right?
They're probably
that,
gonna
or
put
they'll
him
make
third.
him a DH too.
Yeah, healthy. Chapman is one of the best defensive third basemen. So
Yeah, and he's one of the worst for third base.
yeah, Devers is shit. And then the other
Statistically wise, he sucks at defense, but when it comes to offense, the kid can hit.
There it is. There.
there's a lot.
So
of
you're getting sucks on defense, but when it comes to offense, he makes up for it.
Yeah.
He better, Lee. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Hey, I don't give a shit. He ain't my team anymore. He's a fuck. He was a
You
cancer.
didn't send us. You didn't. I'm like,
Oh,
Lee,
he was
you
a
better
cancer,
send us
Lee?
something good,
Well,
Lee.
he was in the locker room because he wouldn't move to first base.
It's just the last 6 months, though. Really, right, Lee? It hasn't.
Yeah, but it got bad. It got bad.
career at.
Didn't he have like 18 homers right now?
They wouldn't have paid him all the money they did.
Well, they gave him 300 plus on his extension.
Right. So he's been a good guy for the
If I
organization.
see him at the game today, I'm gonna ask him for 100,000.
Come on now.
Well,
He
he
got
doesn't
it.
speak English, so you might want to learn some.
He doesn't speak English.
Nope, he can't speak a dime of it.
Okay,
He has a
whatever language
translator.
he speaks, I gotta learn it real quick. Give me
Top
the
of the
money.
morning, Minnesota Dent.
What
What's
up,
up,
Kenny
dude?
Dent?
Top of the morning, Chase.
What up, Chase?
Top of the morning, Peacock.
What up, Peacock?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, fellas.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
untangle
was
these
slapping
wires.
Tony Bennett. Left my heart in San Francisco, getting geared up. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I'm supposed to hit the lab all day tomorrow too. So hopefully, I got like, because we're gonna get loaded. I'm sure. I mean, allegedly. Like I'm like, yo, I hope I got
Come
a
on,
voice tomorrow.
Spencer's there. You expect it to be loaded.
Yeah,
It's a
Spencer,
good time for you
Spencer
guys,
can
man.
hang.
Enjoy.
Spencer can hang for sure.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna do tequila somehow. Tequila's an upper. Did you guys know that? There's only 2 alcohols that give you the upper feeling. It's tequila's one of them. Do you guys know the other one?
Vodka?
Nope.
I don't know. I would not know.
Explain to me what you mean by upper.
Like, you know how like cognacs are like they give you like a relaxed type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? But like, and a lot of people they say, "Oh, I drink tequila and I get violent." No, you're getting hyped. You know what I mean? Like it gives you an upper, like you know what I mean? It puts some pep in your step. So, for example, tequila, the agaves and the tequilas, that's one of them. There's another one.
Is it wine?
Nope.
Like red wine?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Red wine.
It's sake.
Sake. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had it all, but I
On Saturday.
time it goes down the same. Any bottle I grab, it kind of ends up the same way.
Yeah, but he was saying tequila and sake are the only ones that give you that upper feeling. And they're drinking sake. He has some kind of like high grade sake, like that he's endorsing. It's called like Heavenly Sake or something like that. But anyways, so like on Father's Day, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get some tequila, turn up. And then like they wanted to go eat hot pot. We got over there and I was like, oh shit, I got sake here. Sake it to me, baby. You know what I mean? I just loaded on Sunday. I'm like, wow, it really is like.
I went to
always
the
said I like tequila 'cause it gets me amped, but I didn't
microbrew.
know it actually gets you out.
This last weekend I was at a brew, or maybe it was 2 weekends ago. Anyways, it was pretty recently. It was doing this like little buzz thing, and then they dropped us off at a place that specialized in sake. Like they had all sorts of like in-house sake, and then
Yeah, apparently there's hella different types of sake.
they had 2 like fresh beers that had like sake inside of it, and
Like a sake bomb beer.
I don't think so. I think it's more of like since we got the equipment, let's try and make some beer. The owner was there and he talked briefly because this is like a group of like home brew people on like
cool.
on like a little whatever annual tour, and they wanted it to just strictly juice sake, but they had all the equipment, so they said, "Hey, let's experiment." Came up with this beer. It was pretty good. I didn't have any sake. There was all sorts of different sakes. Like Bogey said, there's hot, there's cold, but then there's all sorts of just like different genres of sake on top of it.
Yeah, like I guess it's all about like the polish.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
On the rice, like the way like there's like fermented versions, and those are like the usually the higher grade joints, and then there's the other ones that like Crystal was saying.
They had this. They called it raw sake. So like it was still like foggy.
Like chunky.
A little bit. It was definitely clean for the most part, just like a couple of like pieces of rice, but it was very cloudy. So
yeah, they're hella fragranty. The sakis, like whatever sake I had had like a floral type of. I wasn't really digging it, but it was definitely giving me buzz.
Yeah, rice can be floral smelling. Right on the packaging if you pay attention.
Yeah, and then they say he was saying a lot of times people will do the hot sake because they got a cheap sake, and then that turns it up a notch. You know what I mean? But he said like all the high grade sakis, like you want to drink them cold, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Oh, and they also say you're not supposed to pour your own sake. It's tradition. You have someone pour it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was hella annoyingly.
Hey, I was always
like, pour
told,
me another one, man.
hey, I was always told you got to pour your own problems.
You know, this was definitely LA style.
The Japanese are like misery loves company.
Japan. This was not Japanese style, not at all. But sake is, I guess, popular all around the world.
Yeah,
not so much in United States, but it's growing. Like this guy was like the first of his kind in terms of like being able to produce that much authentic, tasty, and some unique stuff on top of the more traditional stuff. Because I guess it is a thing and I guess like go to like for example go to especially a Japanese market, they're only going to have certain liquors there. Like you're not gonna get a tequila. In fact, like typically you're not gonna find like a tequila, but you will find like sakes and then some vodkas and Japanese whiskeys.
Yeah, whiskeys.
And then occasionally like a what is that fucking coconut rum? You can find that too.
Coconut rum is it's dangerous.
Yeah. It's good with cooking though. I think that I think it goes well with a lot of recipes. So.
Oh yeah, like cooking with rum.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. When I was a child, I used to eat the holiday chocolates with the rum in it and get kind of buzzed, bro. Back in the day. My mom would come home with the holiday chocolates that she got from work, and I'll just rummage them.
Yeah, ingesting anything through your stomach, I think it goes down a little bit different. Like at the end.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time too, when you're cooking with certain alcohols, you're burning out the alcoholic property. Usually,
Minnesota Den said Henny Privy.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not mad at the Privy. That's a
they
very large part of my life drinking privileged Hennessy. Rest in peace to Mac Dre.
Come on,
if
man.
I'm in the mood to have fun, I don't really care what I'm drinking. I'll stick to one though. That's
yeah, I definitely ain't mixing nothing. Fuck
but
that.
I get, if I start off with gin,
I'm gonna try to do this tequila. When I'm on tequila, maybe I might take the exit off onto a vodka, like a vodka club soda, right? But like, I'm not taking the exit onto like Cognac Street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Hey, mixing alcohol gonna have you like Peacock stuck in a medical billing disposition. You're gonna go get alcohol poisoning and can't pay your motherfucking medical bill because you done got fucked up off Hennessy and tequila. You better not do that.
Yeah,
that's what I call a rough morning.
We had this back in the days when the Giants was on their little 6-year, like every other year we were winning. And like, so we would go to games pretty frequently. Like the last time I went to a game, I think it was like 2016. Was that the last time we won it? Or no, 2014, maybe. Anyways, long story longer. We would take the train up, the cow train, and you get faded on the train. They're all G with it. You know what I mean?
It's probably the best thing to do is get hammered before the game.
We had the
fucking expense as fuck.
The Miss Faxley.
Hey, did you have to like hike that shit or was it chill?
Man, that's what all my friends did. They got drunk before the game.
Yeah, that's so
it's too expensive in the ballpark to get drunk, man.
We had one of the homies that we had to start like casual, like we started another group thread and be like, all right, we're going to the game, and we would try to curve him because this dude he would just never make it off the train, bro. You know what I mean? He would just be already faded. He was like,
that's a pretty good run.
He was like the dude in Wayne's World, like, man, you're already partied out, man. You know what I mean?
Wayne's World, party time.
You were to pick up the homies, like, if you spew
speaking of partying,
but yeah, the dude, he would always just be too faded, bro, and like having to carry somebody here and lug them around. It was like, yo, don't invite him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because he would just be swinging that. This is all the Privy days still, you know what I mean? We're like, if I was with them, they still drinking Privy, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay. And when you drink Priv, you just drinking it straight.
You want me to take you to the streets?
You don't.
So the year that Big Kev passed away, rest in peace, Big Kev. He held season tickets to the Coliseum for the Raiders, right? Yeah. So the last year, me, Cuzzo Kev, Cuzzo L, and Young Smoothie, we all rolled up to whatever the first BORT station is that we can get on from SAT. Nigga, we had, oh, excuse my language. Bro, we had the fifth of hand. We got on that motherfucking BORT and we swigging out that motherfucker with all the other Raider fans going to that motherfucker turned up, bro, with the fifth of yak, passing that bitch between all four of us, 100%.
If it was the fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Come on now. Oh, every day.
Yeah. Especially
That
the
shit is
returns.
crazy.
Good times.
No.
Peacock said Christian Kirk is slowly becoming my new favorite sleeper. I'm gonna put him on the block in the Jim Wells just to see if you want to trade for him.
I'll give you a 5 or 6. And oh, never mind. I don't have a 6.
And then Peacock said orange juice, but that even sucked. The tequila sunrise like the only other thing than margaritas. I'm a Paloma drinker. You know what I mean? Instead of grapefruit soda or grapefruit juice, I put grapefruit White Claw, 100%.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Sugar free.
Come
You
on
know,
now.
I ain't been trying to do much mixing, but sometimes when I was younger, I guess we would chase with the Gatorade always. Just Gatorade.
You gotta have your electrolytes.
Dude, yeah. And then that was so it was kind of like a sneak attack for school too, because like you can get fucking crunk by like 5th period if you got the set right, dude.
Motherfucker had a little Gatorade woo-wop mixed up.
You get like 3 Gatorade down in like 5 periods. You're fucking feeling good for lunch.
Once I got introduced to Añejo, I was able to just have it with a water bag, 100%, and sip it like it's cognac.
Yeah, I used to do that with Jack Daniels, and then I used to think Hornitos was like really clean, good tequila when I was in high school. So that was probably my go-to for sure.
Yeah, my introduction to tequila was Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
Jose Cuervo.
No way to Jose.
Oh, my mama.
You get like a whole handle for like $7.99 back then, and then you're like,
in high school.
because
right when I got off of work, my shift ended at 2:30. My go-to was a couple of swishers and 2 shots and 2 motherfucking Coronas to start my day right when I got off work, bro. That was my killer combo on my mama. Then when I got tired of motherfucking Coronas, Blue Moons, 100%.
I wasn't mad at the Blue Moons for all that. I used to do the Blue Moons and the Newcastles.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the Newcastles myself. I was like,
Yeah, even Heffenweiser wasn't bad neither. Those remind me of those days. Oh, Heff was going crazy. Put a little lemon in there. But yeah, they what was it? We used to do in high school. We was hella ignorant. We used to do tequila poppers, whereas like you pour like a shot of tequila, then you pour a little bit of Sprite, and then you put your hand over the shot glass and go, poof, and then take the shot.
Oh,
and then like we used to be like, we would count them up. We would have a tally. All right, bitch, y'all got 9. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
And like we would score up.
Where you're standing.
the Raiders and the Lost Ark.
How are you standing? Right, Lee. Facts. Oh my God.
Hey, Lee's not even gonna drink at all, but he's gonna get faded just being around us.
Hey, it's all good, man.
We got a meal in the building.
What's
It's
up,
called
Prime
High
Minister
Times.
Emil?
It's called High Times.
And then I've been drinking those THC Palomas. They go hard. Let's get it, bro.
Yeah.
On my mama.
Those things are awesome. I ain't gonna
Come
lie.
on now.
Yeah, they got a bunch of bars. They serve those at bars all over the place now, which is pretty cool. Cause like, if you are a gentleman that, or a lady, or otherwise alien, I guess. You know what I mean? Hey, you can go to them joints if you don't drink alcohol, and they usually serve them THC woo-wops.
What would you say the experience is like?
It's like, it's not like being buzzed at all to me. It's just being like, it's like chill loaded. You know what I mean? Like I'm just really high. Like yeah, we're kicking it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it also don't make me feel like laid out. And I've never really drank. I've never went through like multiple cans. I've only had like one at a time. But I definitely drank the whole thing in a sitting. But they vary too. There's some that are.
And I think they got high contains of sugar too. You got to be careful with them motherfuckers too, bruh.
Yeah, that's another thing too. They got to figure that out. I mean, if they can make, they're already making those seltzers with no sugar. If they
Yeah,
can
they're doing
figure
that,
out a
yeah.
way to make like some White Claw version of some THC
What's up,
shit, that'd be
Albert?
badass.
Albert.
What up, Albert?
You want me to take it to the streets?
Oh, he's ready. Okay,
Ready
let's
to fire it
let's
up?
go then, Lee.
Well, I've been ready. I just,
Big
hey,
ears.
I know you got an early morning flight. Well, we were talking about partying. Well, Lions Hall of Famer wide receiver Calvin Johnson says he smoked weed before the games to deal with the pain of playing football.
Wow.
Ooh, I actually smoked. Me and Hess. Shout out to the Cannabis Guardian Angel. When we were at this little cannabis event, well, it was really at the bungalow that Hess was just throwing a party, and then all of them celebrities was pouring through, and Calvin Johnson was one of them. And then like I was just always like next to Hess, so he just elbows me, and goes, "Hey, come on!" And we went to the little side room with Calvin Johnson and Blue, a fat one. So it was tight because and the first thing I said to him was, I said, "Bro, you're the GOAT in fantasy, bro, and reality." And he's like, "Oh, just fantasy?" he's like, "You went to fantasy first." And then he started getting on my Niners, bro. He was talking shit. I loved it because I'm Niner down. You feel me? He was getting on the Niners. He's like, "You cool for a Niners fan, man. You're all right, man." But yeah, he a Raiders fan, and I love that he knew we had beef. You know what I mean?
You said he's a Raider fan?
Yeah, he grew up a Raider. He grew
Is
up.
that right?
Yeah, he even and remember he retired out of nowhere. Before that, he was trying to get traded to the Raiders. Then when he retired out of nowhere, they forced him to give some of that guaranteed money back. And then now he okay, I got to get a job. So he was a coach under Gruden for a sec there. I think it was just a position coach. Someone might want to look that up. But yeah, he has an affinity for that organization. He grew up a Raiders fan.
Well, the pending
Hey, mind over matter though, Peacock. He said, "I wanted to drink a beer or alcoholic seltzer so bad this weekend, but glad I didn't give in 100%."
Hey, man,
Yeah,
congratulations. Keep
Mind
on
over
going
matter,
on, buddy.
You know what I mean? I got to see, what's awesome? Peacock was always a stand-up dude, hell of a guy, real genuine dude. He is who he is, on and off this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because we have encountered individuals that aren't the same online as off. And then and when he's sobered up, man, he was still the same guy, even cooler. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
He inspired me because what I'm saying, I'm just the food that likes to get loaded and shit. But and this is why I always like to say we're reflections of who we surround ourselves with. And sometimes when I see someone better in themselves, I go, okay, shit, I gotta consider that too myself, because if we're reflections of who we surround ourselves with, you know what I mean? He's showing me a way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shout out to Peacock.
The
shit is tough.
The pending extension for Cowboys defensive end Micah Parsons remains one of the bigger storylines and the hottest topics left in the off season.
Speaking of Peacock, he always points out they just kind of do this to stay in the news. Like they're gonna pay him, watch, and they're gonna overpay him or match Myles Garrett or get close to it or something, because it's just what the Cowboys do. But they'll drag this thing all the way out just to stay, relevant with clickbait and things of that nature.
And we should find out if there's any punishment for Jordan Addison. His DUI trial is set for July.
Damn, you do something in Cali, they'll never forget it, huh? Do it in Texas, though, like Rashid Rice, you're all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rashid Rice got like a 6-car pileup or whatever the fuck. And then Addison, Addison, what was it? He was asleep in the Rolls Royce?
Yeah, and
in the Ghost or the what was it? He had
it's something
the one with the stars in it. He had the Wraith.
Yeah,
he was asleep in his Wraith on the side of the freeway.
Yeah,
and then he was drunk.
We reported on Friday that the Saints were interested in Jameis Winston. Well, the Saints are moving forward with their young options at quarterback, despite Cam Jordan's call for Jameis Winston.
They're like, Cam Jordan, shut the fuck up. He wanted to win, though, and he probably goes, hey, Jameis gives us a chance to win. And then they probably said, you're right. Don't bring him in here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because we
want to stick around that top. We want to stick around that 5-win threshold that might get us the top 3 pick.
Well, Arch Manning's not coming out until 2027, they said.
We might fuck around and see like them start 0-3.
You guys
Then
might
switch
be
to
better
QB. The
than
moment they win a game, they switch back to the 0-3 guy. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
let me get this out the way. Peacock said on Father's Day, my youngest one accidentally stepped in some cat poop and then got in the car and stepped on the seats right before church. I spent most of that afternoon cleaning it up. Oh man.
Hey, you gotta clean their foot really good too, because cats should be having those. You know what's crazy? Mother Nature is crazy because there's like mice. The mice will pee, and then the cat gets some kind of fucking parasite from the mice pee, and then it's all in their shit now or something like that.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about? I forget what it. Yeah.
Top of the morning, Bakes.
I think
What
if
up,
you
Bakes?
fuck with the mice pee, you're also gonna develop some shit.
Yeah, that is true.
And
Don't
then
fuck
Big
with
Bro,
people.
Mice are fucking diseased.
I hate mice, bro.
They got
100%.
salmonella.
No, I'm not a
everything.
fan of those
Oh, my
motherfuckers at
mama.
all.
Because word
Yeah,
of
except
mice
for Mickey
is that
Mouse,
means
he's
this. That means it's snakes around. Oh my mama, man.
Oh,
Fuck
hell yeah.
that. Peacock said Denny got a sunburn in the process. Wifey has been out of town since Saturday. Wanted a beer so bad that motherfucking afternoon. Hey, mind over matter, big bro. Oh my mama. Fucking
You know what? And this is why you one of the goats when it
Come
comes
on
to
now.
this fatherhood shit, because you know what I mean, even on Father's Day, it's like, all right, yeah, go to Shakira. You know what I mean? You know, I would have been more upset that I couldn't go to Shakira too. You know what I mean?
Well, those hips
I
don't
like
lie.
Shakira. But you know what I'm saying? That's why you the goat. You know what I mean? You still gotta get to it regardless. Like there's no days off.
I had to, Jay. Well, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said they're working to improve the tush push and aren't focused on how teams voted on it. They're going to make it a little better, I guess.
Push it real good. Boom,
I got a question. I got a question for you, Lee.
Yo ho.
You should tweet at Mekhi Becton and ask him if he gonna teach the tush push over there.
Where's Beckham at now?
He's in the Chargers. He's with the Chargers now. Opening those large holes for Najee
What you got,
Harris.
kid? Tell me what you got, big bro.
That's why I said,
So the tush push is the most obvious. It's like it's right in front of you. It's like, oh shit, you know what they're gonna do, right? So what they're gonna do, they're gonna swap Saquon and Hurts in formation, and then Saquon is gonna be the ball carrier, and then Saquon's gonna have like fucking a chance to get more touchdowns than the Damian Tomlinson.
Ooh, I like that.
And that was what? That was right
Damian
after
Thompson-
Sean Alexander's 28, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Damian ended up doing it.
Oh,
Alexander
Alexander did it. Oh,
Yep.
think
Sean
Damian Thompson
Alexander
like
did like
Todd Gurley
28
was number one at the
TDs,
position
27
he was.
TDs for
I thought
the
that
Seahawks.
30 or something crazy
Yep.
like that.
30?
And I'm a Chargers fan.
Yeah, LT's
Yeah,
was
like
like
27.
31. LT's
Yeah.
was like 31, 32.
31.
And the running back I just said was like 27, 28. And it was
No.
like right after each other too, bro.
That was a fantasy.
yeah, bro, for the
Hell
Chiefs.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Was it Browns from the
Browns?
Chiefs?
Cleveland Browns quarterback Shador Sanders says he's focused on mastering small details and learning from veterans for being called upon to play.
That's I like that.
He said veterans as plural,
Paper,
like
right.
because he's putting respect on Kenny Pickett's name, isn't he? Like Kenny
Super
Pickett,
Bowl
young
winner.
veteran.
Now, here we go. As for the number 101 of the rookie drafts, Raiders head coach Pete Carroll says he won't rely solely on running back Ashton Genty and will use a running back by committee approach.
You know what's scary about this? Pete Carroll's not a liar.
They don't have Madison.
They got Raheem. They got Radio Raheem.
Who?
They got
Mostert.
Raheem Mostert.
Mostert on the beat, ho.
Oh well.
Raheem.
All right,
When
well.
you say something like that, if you're Pete Carroll, you say something like that, I go, oh no, that's like a dozen tugs for Mostert now. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
That's only for the beginning of the season until Bruh get acclimated by week 6. We'll get a committee for the first few weeks, and
Why
then when Bruh
committee?
takes the
Committee
job.
tells more than a timeshare. It can tells 3 people. You know what I mean?
Most are like 33 years old. Labe, whatever he is, he just a third down the third string, fourth string running back. By the time training camp come and they really get to putting them pads on and shit, they gonna see the young bull ready to go, bro. 100%. I don't buy into that shit.
And limiting snap count at any age when you're a running back and you're healthy and you're a 3-down back, you're gonna be the workhorse. You're gonna be running and getting that 20 to 25 carries if you're a run oriented.
Pete Carroll is getting really old and senile.
He's
Maybe
getting
that's
old and
why.
senile. Yes, he is.
Hey, Lee, do you got this? Do you got Peacock's news in your notes?
Peacock's
right here on the screen.
Yeah. I know I did not have that because I
all right, let's get to that real fast.
That's a huge bitch.
I heard Jack Bish is running slowly with the Tues. Myers, Trey Tucker, and Thornton ahead of him.
Yeah. The other rookie is surprisingly maybe outproducing and even outworking. Who knows? It looks like he's earned a spot in that roster with the veterans. This is typical. I mean,
I feel like they're gonna go big. They're gonna go big packages all the time too. Pause. Like I feel like
it's a big pause.
So the scouting report on him was a raw talent. So nobody expected him to
shimmy, yeah.
whole season. It's not
Give
like
me the
he's
lunch.
doing it.
Oh baby, I like it raw.
It's like week 13, week 14, we start to see him kind of like form a full-time role, maybe. But immediately, there's no way. It's too many. Like that's a pretty impressive Raiders lineup. They're pretty sorry. And then like right now, looking at that on paper, it's like it's not bad with those with Bowers not on that list and having all those options to catch a
and Gino can deal for what it's
Gino.
worth.
Yeah.
Hey, Peacock, they gonna be mad if that motherfucker don't come in as the Wildcat too. They want that motherfucker to do everything. He said people gonna be hella upset when Genty doesn't go off for 268 and 3 tutties with 46 total touches.
Oh my god.
Maybe they
want that motherfucker to play on the return game and all that
it's
shit.
so crazy because I'm like, he feels like he's supposed to be a lock for 300 touches. Like, okay, what are we looking at? Like 220?
Well, who do they play week 1? The Raiders.
They play the Ravens? No.
Does anybody got any shares of Genty on their sleeper?
Who do the Raiders play?
I do. Hold on.
No,
I have 2 shares.
Maybe I'll be able to grab him in a redraft. Maybe if I'm brave.
Yeah, I ain't got no shares on it.
Depending on if I'm brave enough. Hey, we got that 32-man rolling pretty soon, don't we? What's up with that?
All right, the Raiders get New England week 1.
That's a good choice for both teams.
Man, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Does he get 268 yards? I don't know about that one.
I think Mike Vrabel would knock Pete Carroll out. He'll hit an old dude. Mike Vrabel's a nasty dude, man.
This is a wild one. Titans head coach Brian Callahan said cornerback L'Jarius Sneed needs to prove he can maintain his Kansas City level of play if he wants to remain in Tennessee.
The old regime traded for him and paid him, and then, he ain't been shit. I guess actually it was this new regime because it was last year, but he's been hurt, and even when he was on the field, he hadn't been. This is probably why. First of all, shout out to L'Jarius Sneed. I want to say he started off as a safety first, or like a nickel.
He did.
He was like one of them hybrid guys, and then he got opportunity.
And then they moved him over
on the perimeter, and he was dope, man. And then he started shadowing, and then is that more? What's bruh's name? Spagnola.
Spags.
Spags just had him playing at a super high level. Even Charvarius Ward, and they moved on from him. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, fuck him. You know what I mean? Now they got McDuff over there. Like it could be a system thing, and because they kind of made L'Jarius Sneed what he is. So it's not really surprised me that he kind of fell off after the fact. I mean, I couldn't even tell you who their DC is right now in Tennessee.
Peacock said That was actually a Ladanian stat line. That's crazy.
Mhm.
46 touches, and then
what he read.
and then Bake said Pete Carroll said that the biggest pause RB in the room is Zeus. Well, they need to move that motherfucker to a fullback or a H back or something, because he ain't man. That motherfucker didn't do shit for me last year.
Mhm.
I hate Zamir White.
Real talk.
He was the one call we all like whoever was on it with me.
I show shit.
We were all wrong together.
Yeah. Well, the new Lions offensive coordinator, John Morton, said he won't change much from Detroit's existing offensive system, focusing instead on building trust with players. So nothing's going to change in Detroit. Looks like it.
So
Smart
when he
man.
says building trust with players, I feel like that means like what with Jared Goff, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe you trust with J-Mo and be like, okay,
Yeah.
true, like number one outside wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Even though he ain't changing much of the playbook, it's still gonna be a lot of situational football that motherfucker gonna have to learn on the fly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Certain
And this
calls
guy's a rookie,
and certain downs,
play
and
caller.
you know what I mean, distances and shit like that. Certain parts of the game, he gonna have to. And then is the coach gonna override shit when it's the fourth down calls and shit like that? Are they gonna dial it back? Because they are highly aggressive on fourth down for sure. You feel me?
I feel like that's Dan Campbell who makes those calls, right? Like
I know, but with Ben Campbell there, they had to Ben Johnson there. It was a little bit more cohesiveness with them too. Now you bring in this new bull who's trying to make a name for himself, but you got the HC who overrides everything. You feel me?
Pretty
So
much,
in certain
exactly.
situations, that's what I'm talking about. Certain situational football with this new OC.
Yeah. Well, the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson have started talks again on a new contract extension. And while we're on the Bengals, Bengals Chase Brown will be getting a heavy workload this season.
This is the fuck I'm talking about.
Hey, with the Hendrickson shit, would you want to wait on the Pittsburgh dude?
TJ Watt? Probably not. Because TJ Watt is destined to get that joint. When you're Trey Hendrickson, this is your first big contract. So I don't think he'll be like, all right, let me go and wait for TJ, unless they have the same agent. Because then, you know what I mean? But I know he shares the agent with the rookie, and it feels like a rookie is kind of waiting for Trey Hendrickson.
The market. So whatever the market is, he wants to beat it. So
that's why I asked that, big bro.
Yeah, but they're not finna. The market is that. What is the market right now? 35.
It's Myles Garrett shit. It ain't them two dudes. Ain't
he's not
Myles
really
Garrett
market.
money. They want Myles Garrett money, so they're gonna have to meet somewhere where Bosa and who's after Bosa
and TJ
and
the black Josh
Watt's
Allen's
getting 28. Watt's getting 28 a year right now.
Yeah, they have to come. They're gonna have to meet between 40 and 35 because Bosa is like 34, 35.
Yeah, and then I think the black Josh Allen's over 30, right?
Yeah.
They got to get somewhere up in there.
Yeah. Well, the Seahawks JSN says Sam Darnold commands the huddle and is a great leader. He puts people in the right place to make plays.
He said nothing about him being a good passer, did he?
Now, the Indianapolis Colts, Adonai Mitchell, many believe will have a breakout season with Danny Dumbass as quarterback.
Hold on.
Oh, another one.
Say that again.
Here we go. Let's do it again.
Oh my God.
Stop fucking lying. Back to back, bro. Let's get it.
This preseason talk, they ain't even in training camp.
And I was just watching John Lynch. And, today is yesterday was the last day of before the 40 days off, 100%. And he says 40 days away because this is your main time to really outshine everybody you're trying to work at a position to beat for. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers take these 40 days off. Oh, I get to kick back until training camp.
You show up to the weight room and in the clubhouse.
This is where you have time to do steroids and blood dope.
Well,
Swap out my blood for clean blood.
Well, Texans newly acquired C.J. Gardner-Johnson says the Eagles will not win another Super Bowl without him on the team.
I guarantee it.
Well, Giants head coach Brian Daboll said Malik Neighbors is making lots of progress with his toe injury and will be ready for week 1.
Good for him. We're all good on that one.
Everybody send me Nabbers.
Now, as for Gang Green in the house, New York Jets coaches have been amazed by the progression of Justin Fields in camp from film they have watched.
You know, I'm approaching with caution. I'm optimistic, of course. You know, we're not even in week 1 for preseason, but
Yeah, right.
Who's winning the offseason? Are the Jets up there?
the Jets winning the offseason?
Are they up there?
No, not
The
quite.
Jets the Jets are giving the offseason champs a run for the money right here.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, the Jets and the Patriots, the AFC East in a whole should be a little bit better, just with the Jets and the Patriots getting.
Well, we're gonna see all that on Hard Knocks because that's gonna. No, that's gonna be. Well, that's the Bills that are Hard Knocks. My bad.
Looks real nice right now on paper.
No, for sure they did 100%.
Well,
bro.
Minnesota
And the
Vikings
Dolphins could take a step back.
Yeah, it's
For all
true.
we know.
Well, Vikings offensive tackle Christian Dillashaw took part in drills at minicamp, but it's unclear if he'll be ready for week 1.
He was out there killing shit.
Mm,
Oh, you said drills.
drills, yeah. Now, Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley
He's out there busting the
complimented
drill.
rookie Cam Ward for his calm, confident demeanor and says he's building great chemistry with Ward and how to adjust his routes to fit his preferences.
All right, not my vote for sleeper, but I know a lot of people probably will at least will end up putting this guy on their sleeper list where you can probably get him at the lowest you've ever probably got him ever. What do you guys think about Ridley this season for redraft?
I like him to be like a fourth or fifth receiver I could pick up on my team because of where he's being drafted, unless he goes like yay in a preseason or there's super duper hype in training camp about them emphasizing throwing him the ball a lot or some shit. You know what I mean? Remember last year, Callahan? You know, he was coming over from the Bengals and he was like, we want to use him like we do Jamar Chase. And it was like, okay. And there was some pretty big games there, all things considered, for Calvin Ridley. But yeah, you know, as long as we're not spending up on him, I'm okay with it.
I would say you're getting him in a single quarterback redraft around the 7th through the 10th round, 100%. You know what I mean? And that's a great investment. That's a great investment because that motherfucker could boom easily as a mid-range WR2 if the rookie quarterback is anywhere capable of running that Callahan system. And what other thing that we know about the Callahans, they like to run the ball. You know what I mean? We talked about Pasta. Pasta was a floating around the range of a back end RB2. You know what I mean? So he had a few games. You had Tajay, who was in and out the lineup. So hopefully he's healthy. Then we talked about Mulligans. They have been trying to bring in this type of structure running back to help alleviate, you know, some of the pressures of the passing game with these young quarterbacks they had in this offense for the last 2 years. So I think Calvin really do got a shot 100%, but not also that they brought in fucking ain't no more. They brought in motherfucking Restrepo to help maybe get some chemistry with the quarterback that he played with in college. So look, they made.
Well, he's already killing the camp.
Well, camp is one thing, right? Ridley's value is in being healthy. So right now, I know getting chemistry with the young quarterback would be good for Ridley. But if it means that we get these young guys out on the field and they're running routes and doing stuff and earning a role in that offense, I think they're going to have to work a long or climb a big hill to supplant Ridley in that pecking order on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ridley's pretty much the WR1 on paper, and I like
a little mini bag on him too.
I like him to see upwards of 80 targets easily, and if you get him at that round 10, and you're able to plug him in as a team that goes heavy on running backs and and tight end, and then you kind of just push receiver a little bit. Getting Ridley that late, it's pretty nice.
I like it. That's a great offseason pick because no one's talking about Calvin Ridley at all. And like, hey, you think about a rookie quarterback, you're gonna think about they lean on a tight end and then they're gonna lean on the run, but he's still a number one on that team. So he should just by default get the pepper. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rasposado and whatever the fuck their name. I mean, I can't even pronounce their names correctly yet. Main. And the moment I can, that means they're making some kind of substantial noise. Until then, it's really just Calvin Ridley, if you ask me.
Yeah,
maybe the big Chig. The Chig is up.
Chig was coming on strong at the end of the year last year too.
Yeah, the Chig was up.
Here goes some early ADPs on Draft Shark. So some of my videos I've been putting these screenshots in. One QB, PPR, and then let's go to positions. Wow.
The pepper. I'll be right back.
And give me 2 seconds, Lee. Let's find Calvin Ridley going as the wide receiver 34 right now.
34, yeah. Well, Bears wide receiver Romo Doomsday is building upper body strength to handle physical NFL coverage and says new head coach Ben Johnson will help him succeed in the offense.
Yeah, well.
Hey, why you didn't want to read that comment, Lee?
I did. I saw that. I heard Lee's
a Broncos read it out loud.
I heard Lee is a Broncos fan now because Bo Nix is such a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. Well, I don't shit on a donkey's fucking ass. Pause.
You know what? I'll give Herbert a little bit of an edge at the moment. It's pretty easy to give it to Bo Nix because it's just his
scrambling ability.
Yeah, he runs, and then the season that he had before his rookie year was a pretty shitty team, whatever. But Herbert still's not too many seasons away from that really, really good 5,000? Was he 5,000?
4,800 yards
almost 5,000. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Clock Management for pulling up on us this morning, man.
Hey, Clock, no problem, man. Have a wonderful day.
And then Peacock said, who will be the Patriots WR2? Diggs, Williams, Hollins, Bourne, Butte, Baker, Chisholm, or Polk? Pop Smoke gotta be a lock at WR1, right?
I think we don't see Diggs until the Diggs we know until about week 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's coming off that injury, but we shall see. They say he's ahead of schedule.
Oh, you said he'll be ready for the beginning.
He'll be ready. Yeah, but I think
it takes him some weeks to get back right.
Exactly. Get to the Diggs, the form that we know. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think Paul Douglas is going to be that thing in New England for a start.
And then Peacock said, this attorney asking questions is a fucking dickhead. I don't understand why people got to make snarky remarks out there every time they speak. We get it. You think you're smart. Oh, my mama. Get your ass out of here for that bullshit.
Well,
and Chase said Nix and Herbert will have the same number of playoff wins.
It really is much nicer being a Broncos quarterback than a Chargers quarterback. For God's sake.
All right, kiddo, you can zip that fucking mouth, will you? Well, as for rumors, the Jets, kid has got it on the shirt right now. Jets running back Breece Hall is a prime candidate to be dealt at the deadline if New York falls out of the playoff race.
Shit, the last news that I read was earlier this morning that they might expedite this shit to like ASAP, and the Cowboys might be the contender to get Breece Hall, and for fantasy purposes, Breece Hall on the Cowboys is boy.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Guys,
and I guess the Cowboys would be the organization.
I'm sorry, just trade, but like, this is good on the Jets. For us, this is totally avoiding that. Yeah, like getting the freaking picks and letting Breece walk and get a contract elsewhere and get something.
I like Chicago.
Hey, kiddo, you know what I'm finna go do, big bro? In one of my leagues that I'm the commissioner in the all offense, it's time to go at Isaiah Davis.
Yeah.
There it is.
And I also like Braylon Allen. It just depends on what kind of pace the game is. So
He would be a poor man's Montgomery, and then it'd be a poor man's, homeless man's DeAndre.
If it's a competitive game, I think Davis is the lock. But if we just suck, then Allen is the guy just toting it.
Well, as for
hold on, Lee. I'm gonna go to the correlation with Ben Johnson over there in Chicago, and it's all his cronies that are over there in New York. You know what I mean?
The Bears. That would be a good
one.
That's a phone call.
That's where he was rumored to go.
That's where I would want Brees to go.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not DeAndre. I mean, DeAndre Swift did his thing last year, but like they are going to be some form of 1-2 punch. It would suck for a Kyle Money Gang and then Death Row Sean Johnson. But like, you know, why not? Brees Hall would be nasty over there, and you have a little because Brees Hall can definitely beat thunder as well as lightning. You know what I mean? And I got like
another question
DeAndre
about
Swift
that.
is more lightning than anything.
Do y'all know what they gave up for Pickens?
Oh God,
fourth and a third.
It was. Oh God.
Yeah, because like, do they even got assets? And they told them,
they don't trade their assets. So I know. I mean, because they gave up a fifth or a fourth to get Mingo. They gave up a fourth or a fifth to get Lance. So they don't give up a lot of picks. You feel me? So whatever they gave up,
they acquired a bunch of fifths when they sold Cooper.
All right, this is the deal for Pickens. They gave up it was a exchange was a 2026 third round draft pick and a 2027 fifth round pick with a swap of the 2027 rounds 6th round pick.
So they got their second still. They still got their second. Does Brees go for a second? Is he worth the second right now?
That would be the best case scenario. I said that in for a long while.
Yeah.
Even before the draft. Even before the draft, you've been saying that.
Second round draft pick. If you could recruit that second round, fucking awesome.
I would love that. Yeah.
Top of the morning, JB.
What's up?
JB. Vallejo stand up.
2 lives in the house.
Yeah, and like I mean, what other spots is there for a Brees Hall? Like even just to like where else?
Who needs a running back?
Actually, I get the Cowboys, and I came over with Chicago. Is there even anyone else really?
Washington.
There you fucking. Oh, don't do that. I hate that.
Minnesota Den said Peacock called it yesterday too, man.
Brees fall. He did. He did in the thread. He did.
What does that mean? That means this fall? Like coming this fall, Brees fall to a fantasy bench near you.
Stupid like this. Usually, something stupid usually happens. So watch it be the Giants. And he'll be like, "What the fuck do I do here?"
That's a hell of a spot right there. I mean, even though they got Scatterboo,
they're gonna send Scatterboo back or something. Like,
they got Scatterboo, Tracy, and now Brees Hall.
Hey, we got the producer P in the building, aka the motherfucking drummer. He dropped the Jerry drop, and then Clock said Jerry Jones also got 4 months added to his life because of the Pickens trade.
Yeah, I try it. Well,
he said, "Give me 4 months of existence, and then we have a deal. Like 4 months of life essence."
They already said that the person that, like the very first person that lives forever has already been born. So it might be Jerry Jones.
His name is Draculia.
Well,
it's either Dracula or it's Logan from X-Men.
Well, they're saying the best fits for former Chargers Keenan Allen are the 49ers, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
What?
Oh, I hope he go to the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
The best fits or the teams that are interested?
Best fits.
Yeah, because that ain't. How does that a best fit for any of those teams?
Well, you talk to these people.
The Raiders. But
now,
like
as for the
49ers, Cardinals,
and the 49ers and the Vikings the 49ers and Vikings are reportedly interested in former Packers cornerback Jair Alexander.
Man, can you imagine how interested the Vikings are, though? Because once a year, Jefferson gets erased. You know what I mean? 'Cause they always split. He usually dogs them out one game, and then he gets dogged out another. And you know what I mean? That you can't beat them, join them, right?
And the Carolina Panthers have lots of interest in former Falcons Justin Simmons.
Why is it former Falcons? He had a cup of coffee over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
A cup of coffee.
Former Bronco.
Oh, that's a damn good analogy, bro.
Well,
I mean, you feel me? Just you know what I mean? I don't even remember him getting on the field much either.
Oh,
And
my
they rotated a bunch of
That'd be a
people.
great spot.
Yeah, they did because we got one of their safeties from over there in our
Richie
off
Grant.
season this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
Richie Grant is only
well,
2 years, but 2
they're-
years
they're-
removed from having like 90 tackles.
yeah.
Yeah,
When we were on
about
the
that.
He was going nasty.
Yeah.
we were on the Calvin Ridley stuff.
They-
I forgot to mention this. Titans rookie wide receiver from the U, Xavier whatever his name is.
Reposado.
Despacito.
Reposado has been a top target during minicamp and continues to get more first-team reps.
Resposado.
Come on now. Shout out
You
to
like
all
the
my
Desperado
Reposado
song?
drinkers, man.
Shout out to
Oh, I'm
Dennis.
shouting out to you because I know that's JD's team.
Come on now. 305, stand the fuck up, man. Coral Gables, Florida, man.
Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers have reportedly checked in on wide receiver Alan Lazard.
Hey, how come people don't just sign Aaron Rodgers and then part of it is like here's signed here for Lazard?
It's a package deal.
He's just kind of like his
Lazard.
parent. He's like his parent guardian. He's like, listen, everywhere I go, my son goes with me.
Well, the Chicago Bears are receiving calls on the availability of quarterback 2 Tyson Bagent.
Oh, T-Bags is drawing interest.
Oh my
Yo.
God.
Shout out to the homie T-Bags. And he came
And-
in the clutch. That DJ Moore year was partly, not just, it wasn't all of Justin Fields. It was old T-Bags too.
And the Carolina
Just the
Panthers.
T-bagging down the field.
And my final news is the Carolina Panthers' Bryce Young is predicted to have a breakout season by most experts.
rooting for your kid. Come on, let's
Man.
Well, what up, Crooked?
What's up, Craig?
take off
Got
where
it.
you left.
Yeah, he's like
Let's
Young. What's his name? Bryce Young is like the real life Mighty Mouse of the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's keep
I
it
like
on. Let's
to
keep it
pull out
over there on some
more.
fantasy shit. What if Bryce Young breaks out, who else breaks out over there?
It's,
Oh, I see the rookie run.
it'd be
JT Sanders
Adam
have a
Thielen.
bunch of touchdowns.
Adam Thielen will have like 100 catches for like 800 yards.
Well, McMillan's over there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they got Ted.
Ted.
You know what? Ted's
yeah.
got to show me.
They got some decent players over there.
You
They-
know,
gotta
hey,
show
kid,
me
I'm
something
I'm
this
with
year,
you on the
because-
JT Sanders shit, man. That's my guy. If he wouldn't have got
I
hurt,
think he has
last
a good-
year,
I
he'd
think
been
he has a
hurt
big
a
year.
little bit more.
I'm
yeah,
not mad at the
yeah. I
Sanders.
like him getting a few touchdowns. You know, not too many yards, and that's
I
okay.
love the running backs to be responsible for why Bryce Young plays well, because if they could really establish that run this last 3 years, 4 years even. Like, I mean, shit, we go back to Chuba Hubbard winning people championships that year that they traded away CMC. Remember, it was him
Yep.
and who was other bruh?
Oh God.
Was it Black?
Not-
or
not-
Black?
Oh, Davis.
Davis. Oh,
What's
Davis,
his
too.
name?
Yeah, you're right. You're
His-
right.
his
I was
name
going
is
back to
Davis. It's
2020.
Mike
It was my man,
Davis or-
Mike Davis, yes, Mike Davis.
That's right, Davis. That's right. He was running back 11 in a fucking in a 1 point PPR that year. So like this is just that offensive line is really good. You know what I mean? Maybe they're a little too good and too giant because you know he having trouble just kind of peering over them. You know what I mean? But
Well, Canales got to get that shit straight. Then that's on Canales. Then he took that job based on he can get Kyler straight, and not Kyler. Excuse me, that's disrespectful. Bryce, he took the job because he was going to give Bryce.
Tyler had a chance to be the first Mighty Mouse. He failed.
Once he sat the young bull got to see OG Red Rifle do some things.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm
It was
ready
a third
to go.
down.
He got in that bitch firing off, bro.
Yeah, it was a third down where it was a second down, and then boom, incompletion. Then they call a timeout, swap him out just for that third down, put in the rifle. He gets a third down completion for the first, and then they put Bryce Young back in there. And it was a little bit embarrassing, but I think everything they did was like for his own good because even last year, didn't he sit down for like 2 games too? They were like after week 1, they're like, hold on, bro. And then they let him, once he got back in there, I think I want to say it was like a couple weeks before they went on the London trip. And then from the London trip against the Giants last year and on, they were in a lot of those games. So they started off, I mean, they started off slow. And one thing that's cool about this kid, he's had continuity. Now that'll be the 2nd year in a row. 3rd year in a row? Oh, yeah, 2nd year in a row.
Second year, I think.
I mean, look, even for someone like CJ Stroud, he's now learning a new system in year 3, so to speak, right? But he definitely has 3 years of experience. That goes a long way for a Bryce Young too. I mean, you have all the pressures of being the first overall draft pick, and forever people are going to compare him to CJ Stroud, who's already gotten to the playoffs twice. They're in a wide open division that's pretty much just ran by the Buccaneers, who win that thing with 9 to 10 wins every season with Baker so far. So it's really interesting down there because they're good in the trenches. Look at his sack totals. They protected the fuck out of this little bastard. You know what I mean?
And he can run too. That little motherfucker can escape the pocket too, bro.
Because they won't even notice it. They're like, oh, he's over there. He's so small. And I actually think while they have the tush push, they need to come up with one where when they're down there on the 1 yard line and they just throw him over the line.
Fuck it.
So with him,
they can probably get 2 of them linemen. They can chuck the fuck out of him. He'll fly right over that line, bro.
Bryce Young is interesting to me. He's got the ability to like maybe lead to a win. And that's what we saw last year at the end of the season. You could see that the team stayed in it on offense. Their head was in the game, and they were pushing to drive down the field at an efficient rate and score. And they scored a lot of touchdowns, but their defense was pretty sorry or whatever. So they didn't win a lot either. But the way that the offense, it looked like it was like a winning offense, like it was trying to win even from behind. They might be they might be able to keep the pace keep the throttle going when they're ahead. Like that's the type of offense that they could potentially have in this system with this quarterback. From what I saw, and knowing that he's never lost really. That was one thing that I heard about his college career, high school career. He's been winning in his whole stage. So that was probably
high school ball in California.
He played for some like really good football teams in high school, never like losing maybe like once or twice in his whole fucking like
then he ended
career.
up with the Panthers.
And they're like,
that was like Trevor Lawrence's story.
Wins.
Trevor Lawrence was damn there, never really lost ever, never had any losing seasons.
Alabama was
everywhere in high school,
powerhouse.
Fucking college.
Yeah.
Then he goes to the Jaguars.
Wins a championship.
And he lost all his hair.
So I don't know. I do like
Luthor bald.
a lot better than Kyler Murray right now. I would draft him much later in a like what are we talking about? Like still 4 or 5 rounds sometimes. From Kyler Murray to Bryce Young.
What about McMillan? I mean, like obviously number 1 guy.
I don't know.
They're saying Jimmy Horn. Shout out to my man Young T. He was like, he didn't even fuck with fantasy like that. He's like, this kid Jimmy Horn, bruh. I'm like, okay, for sure. Like, sometimes you gotta write those things out. Like, okay, because he know ball. Shout out to my man Young T. He know ball for sure, but he don't get down with the fantasy. It's a little different. But he's like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, Jimmy Horn. I'm like, because I mean, okay, think about it, if you're McMillan in there, you're gonna draw all the best coverage, all this shit, and then the lineup of corners he has to face is pretty phenomenal. So he's gonna have to prove himself right out the gate. I think when I looked closer at Marvin Harrison last year and what he did, he definitely drew all the number 1 coverage and double coverage and triple and things of that nature. And so to get 800 yards and 8 touchdowns, that's actually pretty good. Like I can't really downplay that as much as I was before. And I kind of that's kind of what I expect out of a Ted McMillan. I think I could say Bryce Young might have a better arm, if not as good at minimum as Kyler Murray.
I'm not too sure.
Similar in comp, like they're not the biggest dudes. Pause.
I don't think you need to have a really good arm for that receiver, anyways. The problem for Tet
He got the
is
big wingspan too.
he's got to beat other people in that clubhouse. I don't think he's gonna be given a role unless he earns it. So, well, it's to be determined. We'll see how well he
6'4".
if how well he takes this playbook and understands the system, because the other guys, they've been in the system for a few years now.
This
and
system that they're going to
Jet-
run, the system that they're going to run with Canales, he was the one that had his hands on Baker and them first in Tampa when Baker first got there. So, like, you know, this is going to be like their Mike Evans of that scheme. You know what I mean? So I do like the idea of that, but I also kind of expect the A-Dot to be like, you know, not short at all. And he kind of favors the short passing game.
We're about to pull up his yards per attempt right now.
There you go. Let's see.
Oh, my mama.
And that's all the news.
Top of the morning run. Hey, we
He's
got
over 12 yards.
Ron in the
Ron.
building. Top of the morning run.
Dirty Birds in the building.
So
Let me see. Here we go, right here, y'all. His yards per attempt is 6.3 last year.
I was gonna say I don't think it'll be over 9 yards. Wow. Okay, so he definitely is. I mean, yeah. Let's go get your number 1 draft pick and move him around the board. This is why earlier I said, man, fucking Adam Thielen 100 grabs this year. You know what I mean? Like,
But his air yards per attempt is 8.8, which is 6 at the position.
okay.
So he
was
He tried to
definitely
push the
right under-
motherfucker.
He was right under where I had him. Oh, you said air yards. Oh, that's pretty good. Where was the Brock at in the air yards? Wasn't he up there too?
Give me a second. I'll pull it up right now.
Slinging it. Air yards translate.
Why didn't? Oh, I didn't do the right. Okay, here we go.
It sucks when you're a Chris Olave who has like, remember with Jameis Winston, one of those years he had like 300 unrealized air yards in one game. I was like, oh my God, you're bad, Jameis. You know what I mean?
Brock's yards per attempt was 8.5, third at the position, and his air yards per attempt was 8.6, ninth at the position.
Okay. Wow. So it actually counterbalances itself. I like it. We're headed in the right direction. Even for Bryce, for that matter. You know what I mean? They're consciously getting him some weapons here. Adam Thielen's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, think about this. If they're going to try to do their version of a Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you have McMillan and white boy Adam now. Big Thee. I'm going to make sure my little man's eating his breakfast.
The OG. Them is facts. Bake said, would be funny to have a shirt.
Spencer's in the house.
Fella.
Yo, what's good,
on,
fellas?
man?
Live and direct from the Bay, man. We
Talk
touched
about
down
it, man.
the park right now, the Golden Gate Park, you know, in nature, just hanging out. Yeah.
How was your
How
flight?
you liking that California vibe?
I'm loving it, JD. It's been much needed. The weather's great. The vibe's been super chill. Drank and smoked me a little bit last night. And yeah, woke up this morning feeling great. The flight kind of sucked because they had a delay from NOLA to Houston. And I didn't get to eat for like a long time, probably like 12 hours with just snacks. But, you know, I made it through. And what up, Song? What up, everybody? Got a super burrito to help with that, and then got a couple of pizza slices a little later in the evening after the dispensary. So yeah, it was a great first night, and now just here hanging out in nature before we go to that Giants game later.
In the area. Let's get it,
Man, too bad you weren't able to see the Devers game a couple days earlier. In the Guardians, man.
Oh,
Who are you
he's not
seeing?
playing
Robbie Ray
tonight?
tonight, huh?
Is he playing tonight? I'm not sure.
I haven't seen anything just yet.
Yeah, he might be making his Giants debut tonight. In that case, lucky us.
And then Bogey said at the Golden Gate Park, there should be an incline that incline trail that Jerry Rice used to run every day, and he still does it pretty frequently till this
Oh,
day.
yeah. I need to go check that out. I might run into the OG out there.
We got Song and Papa Guru in the building.
What up? Yeah, what up,
Yes,
Daddy?
sir.
He had texted
Hey,
me.
Pop
I
that
told him
guru in
about
the
to go
house.
live on the pod with Bogey and them to give a live update.
Come on now, facts. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. Yeah, the Cali vibe out here is just like, oh yeah, it's just, I mean, everyone's chilling. The weather's great. It's what I expected and more. What can I say?
That's right, bruh. Oh, my mama.
Now, what's that on the hat, Spencer?
Oh, this is a New Orleans pizza place. Pizza delicious. I gotta
Ah.
say, the pizza from last night was pretty good, but it wasn't quite on the level of Pizza D. That's my best pizza in NOLA. Had to represent.
There
Hell
you go. That's what I say about Mama's Pizza here in Texas.
Yeah, there are those certain spots that, everyone thinks of New York and Chicago, more so New York is like the pizza capital, but they have some other spots, like New Orleans, like the Pizza Delicious. They do a New York style, and it's like pretty close to the actual New York pizza. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I need to
y'all
go check
about to
out
have
that trail.
Yeah, y'all gonna have a damn good time once y'all get linked up, bruh, on everything.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go check that out and go walk the Golden Gate Bridge. Then when I get back, I'll probably wait for them and we'll all go to the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, in a museum too. That was my next thing. Go walk the bridge, go to a museum. Gotta figure that out, and then once I do that, we'll link up and gonna do some tailgating before, and then
Get a couple of brewskis in you before you get in there.
100%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna go down in the motherfucking ballpark right there in the middle of shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's gonna be a packed house tonight with Devers if he does play. That place.
Oh, what? Yeah, hopefully Steamboat got the tickets already because them things probably going up.
Yeah, those things will be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Steamboat, I go, yeah, you get his jersey. He goes, yeah, I probably will now with that 10-year commitment.
He might buy it. Well, they might won't have it.
Yeah, he said definitely because he's there for 10 years, 10 years. So what you're at? What jersey about what 150 to $200 depending on what kind of when you get. But what $20 a year?
That's a damn good breakdown.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I don't get player jerseys anymore. I get my last name on the back. I'm not getting traded.
Talk about
Yeah, that's
what I
actually
do.
smart.
I mean, I got a Devers jersey, but that's going to turn into something else. I mean, I remember having a jersey. Who was it? Someone, and it ended up being Roman Anthony's jersey. I never took the name. I just took the Roman Anthony jersey. Nah, man. Nah. So how long you out there for, Spencer?
A good while. Well, not too much longer in the Bay, but as far as being out west, I'm gonna be here like another. It's about a week and a half long trip.
There you go. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's been cool. Just the part of town I'm staying in is dope because there's a lot of stuff within walking distance. I Ubered out to this park here, and just about to go explore it some more. Might go see what's up with that trail Bogey was talking about, and then. Yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight. And tomorrow got the Dodger game. Plan on going to Dodgers Padres. And then,
I got some New Orleans Saints news for you.
Oh yeah. About to say before I go, let me know any news.
Yeah, they're gonna ride with the Young Bucks at quarterback. No Jameson Winston.
Well, Jameis signed with the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were going to see if he got cut or whatever.
Oh, there was.
They're gonna ride with the Young Bucks.
Get him.
They got to ride with the young ones.
Yeah, I think he said
Hayward
Hayward was vouching for. I think the blurb was Hayward. Wasn't Hayward vouching for? Winston?
Cameron Hayward. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that right here. Let me see. I'll pull it up right here.
Hey, you got shorts on out there, big bro, or you got pants on? Pause.
Shorts. It's not.
That's right.
It says the Saints are moving forward with young options at quarterback despite Cam. Yeah, it was Cam Jordan calling for Jameson Winston.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my
Cam
God.
Jordan. Okay,
Cam
yeah,
Jordan,
I was about to
Colin.
say the other boy you named, I don't think is on the Saints anymore.
No.
Or Cam Hayward never was on the Saints.
No,
I
he's
think
on
his
the
dad may have
Steelers.
played
He's
for
on the
Saint
Steelers.
Oh yeah,
Louis.
that's what it was. Jordan, my bad. I said
That's all
Hayward.
good. No,
Yeah,
there's so
it's-
many
yeah,
Cams
they're
in
both,
football. It's crazy.
Long-time defensive linemen. I can see why you got them mixed up. I think they may have been the same draft class.
I think you're right.
Or maybe I think Cam Hayward may have been the year before Cam Jordan, but they're very close in age and have share a last name, so
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah, we I'm trying to in fantasy baseball. I need to win bad this week because I was doing better and then I lost 2 in a row. Lost one to Kidda and somebody else this past week, so I was like, damn it. But if I win this week, I'll be back to 500. But if I lose this week, I'll be 2 under 500 and not feeling too good about it.
My team is no better.
Yours is a little, yeah, you needed to beat me, I remember, but then you did, and then you fell. But then you've won your past 1 or 2, I think. So you're not completely out of it yet.
Nah, I need to ship up or shape out.
Yeah, that league's kind of tricky because of the pitching settings. The pitchers are so erratic and hard to predict.
Who's sitting
Well,
at the top?
Kiddo, what up, bro?
Oh, who do I face this week? Oh shit! Who do I got this? I got Diamond. I got Torpedo Joe. I got
good
revenge
luck.
in my mind though. He beat me last time, so that motherfucker's going down this week. Hopefully.
Who's the top 3 in the
I
league?
say he's got one of the best.
The top 3 in the league. It goes. My buddy Phil is 10-1. You got Mighty Nick. My friend Nick is 8-3, and Torpedo Joe is 8-3. So, and they're actually second and third are only about 15 points difference on points.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like right on the playoff cut.
Yeah,
line.
Spencer's
Playoffs.
8. I'm 9. I'm right behind Spencer. Pause.
Yep, and right in the line, man.
So only 6 people get in?
Yeah, I think it's 6 that
I
get
think
in.
it's
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, first 2 get by, and then the last
Other 4
4 fight for the next round.
So I gotta get myself moving.
Yeah, well, luckily there's plenty of season left.
It is plenty of this. It's like
It can turn quickly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
get Kidda next week.
Like 7 injured list players. I'm like, I don't want to give up.
Yeah, same man. I've been getting blasted with injuries, Paul, because it's like, man, it's just every time I think I've got a good set group of core players and someone gets hurt, especially the pitching. Pablo Lopez got hurt again. That killed me. But
yeah, he's on the 60-day IL.
I know. Yeah, so I'm
That sucks.
screwed as far as that, but I still got Skeens and Hunter Brown to like anchor my rotation. A lot of my other guys, I'm like, they're just inconsistent. And
Why not get Spencer the Guru until week 18?
Well, we played each other already. Lee.
Yep.
Like
I
now
get
you
you
were my
8.
last win because then I played Kidda and lost, and I lost. I'm on a 2-game losing streak right now. Because I had gotten back above 500. I think that was my first time getting above 500. I got to start off 0-1. But, yeah. Like Kidda said, it's a long grind.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Get the whole squad back together. Get on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the threshold, like a good week, should be in the 700s, and then if you're really good, you're pushing like 850.
Right, yeah, and I got Ronald Acuna back, and he's been killing it. I was without him like the first 2 months, but having him back is
And
helped.
this Spencer,
Pitching,
this is for you.
falling.
This came out 44 minutes ago. Several Saints players have spoken up highly and are requesting the ownership to sign Giants Jameson Winston. Came out 34 minutes ago. Several high
They
veterans
bring
have come
in
out.
Jameis.
They
Unless
ain't
the
gonna do
Giants
it.
like would surprise cut him, like they're not bringing him back. He would be popular though.
Spencer Guru.
Well, it depends
About
on what he's going
players
to fetch.
wanting
If you
him, but they're
if-
not doing that.
for-
I mean, I
for
know
the
the
Giants-
Giants only
The
have
Giants
Dart
are a
and
shitty team.
us. So.
If they're gonna acquire something that's gonna benefit them and in draft capital, I don't see why not. We already supposedly have a guy that we want to see.
Trade him back to the Browns.
If he's the future, and then if they lose, then cool. They get better picks and
Yeah, the Browns have too
wherever.
many.
Listen, man, Jameis Winston needs to just quit football and run for commissioner of the NFL.
Well, the Chiefs just lost Trey Smith to an injury at camp.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Wow, isn't that didn't they just sign him?
I think they
Extended
tagged him. They
Extended him,
tagged. He's waiting for a
They tagged him so he wouldn't go nowhere. Then they got the deal done eventually.
Yeah, I kind of looked at the Chiefs O-line the other day, and I was like, it didn't really look like they improved it all that much.
Yeah, they banking on Simmons to come back from his injury, and then they took one of our tackles from us.
Oh, yeah, the rookie. Yeah.
I hate them. They're so good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Mahomes, well, a lot of us are banking on a Mahomes bounce back. I know I got him in the Genwell dynasty, but man, that offensive line doesn't really inspire that much
Would
confidence.
you give me Patrick Mahomes plus 4 Bo Nix?
Interesting. All right. Wait, no.
We'll get really drunk tonight. And we'll revisit this. In Frisco. The trade will go. The trade will go down.
I'll try to. I have to hold off on hitting accept till I get sober.
We're gonna show you a good time in the Bay. And then,
Yeah, no, it's been a great time. Yeah, I went by the dispensary yesterday.
Oh, nice. Whenever it's your first time in there, they usually give you free stuff.
Yeah, they gave me a 10% discount.
Oh, there you go. Let them
Yeah, it
know
was a
what we
little
sent you
something.
next time.
At first, I thought they were closed. I went there, but didn't it looked like they were closed. But then, as soon as I was walking away, the guy ran, was like, "Are you here for it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was here." I thought they looked closed.
Are you
But
here
nah,
for
he was
some
cool.
weed? That's what he said.
We got the medicine for you right here. Come on in, my brother.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I thought y'all had that medicine.
Hey, Peacock, that motherfucker got me ready to go get some quarters right now.
You feel me?
He said the arcade background looks doper than a motherfucker. Them is facts.
Right?
Yeah,
I
it
love
does look
arcades. Let's go find a barcade tonight. Fuck it.
Dude, we
Facts.
should.
I'm
Oh, y'all
down.
come,
Because- oh yeah,
come on
we
over.
found out the tailgating. The tailgating tickets are ridiculous. They're like $100 to $120. So screw the tailgate. We're just gonna go wandering around the city and get loaded.
So
That sounds even better.
Yeah, it really does actually.
the game.
Hell yeah. Well, shit. Yeah, I guess I'll go finish exploring this park here, and I'm gonna go see if I can find the Jerry Rice joint, Bogey.
Yeah, just Google it because he at the Golden Gate Park. There's an incline little trail.
Yeah, I want to go check
And he
that
used to
out.
run this shit every day. And I even hear that he still gets seen running it till this day.
Wow.
Yeah, because he still lives out here. They're out
Yeah.
there.
Guru was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Hey, I'll
guru.
go do that, and I'll see you later this afternoon,
For
Bogey.
sure, brother. I'll see you.
Hey, you
All
guys
right, big
enjoy.
dog. California.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day.